Okay, so I don't really know what I want to do right now, but I want to do something. So I'm going to pick out some books here and then see if something speaks to me. I've been coloring a lot in this one lately. I don't even know what media, like is it Inktense, is it collage, what is it, what do I want to do? I have a bit of a cold, or a lot of a cold actually. Can't really think straight enough to program, so I'm taking a day off work. Like I tried yesterday, I totally got smashed by being in a few meetings, so I thought I would give myself some rest today. And coloring is a bit restful, so maybe something in lithographic. Let's see, what else have we got here? Here's more lithographic books. And could always go for Mouseguard. Or maybe something smaller. Mouseguard. It's been a while. Oh well, a few months, but not more than that, so... maybe this one? What colors would I go for? The sister page looks like this, so... probably browns, like a brown background. Yeah, I could go for that. Right, let's take a quick flip through the graphic and see if something speaks to me. These are beautiful pictures, I really love them. They take a while though. I should probably continue on her. She's almost finished. This needs a bit more shading. And I'm not sure I like how she's blending into the picture right now, but I'm thinking that with the shading of the octopus arms, it might make her stand out more. This one is also in progress. Oh, it's yellowing. It's yellowed. Okay, I'm going to keep this page open. I have Imagine. I think could continue on this one as well. Sure, I put this on the side. And then we have Mythographic Odyssey. I have a whip here. Oh well. I have a lot of tags here. Oh yeah, that's right. I wanted to do this one for Mermaid. I even tagged it 2 times. Let's see. I'll remove the tags now. They don't have to be here. What more have we got here? Oh yeah. I love these pictures. This one is cool as well. Oh, I love it so much. Okay, but I'm going to put this to the side. Let's see, put these tags here. Or I could continue on this one. Probably should do that actually. This is water-based markers right now. And it's similar to the start of or not similar, it's the exact same start as this one had. So this was also based with water-based markers first, so it started up looking like this, but then with pencils on top I turned it into this. I really like this one actually. I'm going to keep that one open. Apparently whips are the thing of the day. That's probably a good thing. A lot of whips. Here's another one. No, not really feeling that one. But I have been thinking about this one. But no, not feeling that. Okay, so it's this one. This one. Not this one. It's just I feel the other one's better. Or like, I feel them more. Or a new one over here. What do you think? A whip or a new start? Let's see, let me think. No, I feel like doing a new one. Mouseguard it is. It's nice. Mouseguard always needs more love. I love Mouseguard. Okay, zoom in a bit. There we go. Okay, let's see. I have some shadows there. There we go. Okay. I'm going to reach for my Albrecht and Inktense and my Inktense pencils. Those are my go-tos for this book. I have a water pen here, some paper, my desk is a mess. Let me make some space. Here we go. Some paper for swatching. And I'm just going to go for it. I know I want a brown background, so I'm just going to do the background brown. This is the Albrecht Burnt Ochre. I need a new one. I love my Inktense, but they have a lot of the colors are really dark, and of course you can make it lighter by just applying more water or maybe mixing them with white, but that's a hassle. That's too much of a hassle for me. I'm not too particular with like making everything seem smooth here. If I remember correctly, this paper dilutes the pencil marks really nicely, so it will be fine. Okay. Right, gonna leave this laying out and do a bit of a swatching of it, just so I can see what color palette I have going on. I don't really plan my color palettes, but I do keep track, and I am mindful of them, but not just not planning them. Wait, let's see, there's brown in here as well. Do I want that brown? I actually think that maybe I don't want probably don't want this in this light color either. I'm thinking I want all of this in a darker color. Let's see. No, that's too red. Sure, let's go for this. This is Russet in Graphitints. Let's bring it a bit up into the corners here as well. Alright, something like that. Shall I go ahead and dilute that first? It's probably better to put in the other colors first, actually. Okay. So... No, too yellow. Too dark. I think it's the madder brown I want. Where is it? Madder brown. There we go. Oh, such a nice color. Do I want the branches to just be shaded in with that color? Probably. What about the birds? What color should the birds be? Let's give the birds these colors of the feathers on the wings. And then we'll bring it into the shading of them as well. Yeah, my vacation actually starts next week, but since I'm feeling under the weather, I don't know. I should go on a trip next week. I have it booked, but a lot of my colleagues, or a few at least, tested positive for COVID, so I'm thinking it might be that they also have it. In that case, it's fine right now. I mean, it's just a cold, or it feels like a cold. But I haven't done the test yet. I have some at home, so I'll do it later today probably. I mean, I'm not leaving the house anyway right now, so even if it is COVID, it's like, well, what am I even supposed to do with the info? So yeah. All right. Something like that. I'm thinking just a simple brown for the branches for now, and then we'll go in with extra shading on top then later. Yeah. Something like that here as well. And these weird leaf things, I'll just put a bit of brown into them. Alright, now I'm going to go in and dilute the things, the stuff and things. Okay, let's see. Start with the background. I love this. It's so satisfying. Seeing it all smooth out. When it comes to like trying to not have streaks, I do the same as I do with alcohol markers. So I try to keep the line from drying. So like if you wet the an area, I want to keep that uniformly wet. But right here, as you see, I mismanaged that. But then I try to make it a bit more textured there. Don't really know how to explain it better than that. But if the areas that really become too blotchy, I go in and fix later, so it's fine. Alright, let's do the branches. The branches will get more shading afterwards. I plan to add some shading to them. Probably with something blue. This is not my favorite water brush. It's misbehaving a bit. You know, you have like favorites, and it's not even brand specific, it's just water brush specific, at least for me. Some of them are just in a good mood, and other times they're not, and it's just a total slump. No, slump is not the English word, right? In Swedish, slump is coincidence, I guess. But in English, that's not the same. I really like this Mather brown. It's less of a brown, more of a red. I really like it. Let's see, I probably won't have the energy to finish this. I'm already feeling tired. And I've barely started. I went over the lines there. Let's see if I can smudge it out a bit. No, that's fine. Oh my god, I'm so sloppy. Go. Okay, I'll fix all that later. No, I'll probably need to stop doing this now. I'll just dilute this and then I'll stop. Instead, take a nap. I started a new audiobook. The Shadows Between Us, it's called. It's like a fantasy romance, I guess. It it's something. I'm not in love with it, but I don't hate it. If it weren't in an audiobook format, I would have stopped reading it right now. But audiobooks are less painful to get through. Not that it's painful, but it's yeah, it's something. I actually feel like doing a bit more. I like that and I won't be spoiling things, so yeah. But the main character is I like that it's written from her POV, so like her in first person, and usually that can throw me off a bit, like especially because I don't think this is actually YA. Although it's more YA-ish than what I usually read. I usually read grimdark and yeah, stuff like that. But this is yeah, as I said, it's romance, and yeah, but I like that the main character actually does have a character, and that she's not perfect. I like that a lot. That always get bonus points. But not so sure about the writing style. And I don't know, there's something that's not quite. I think that the love interest seems so uninteresting. Yeah, that's probably what's bothering me. The love interest seems really uninteresting for me personally. Like, yeah, and then also the whole thing with the politics and everything is throwing me off a bit. Oh, and all the it's something I've seen a lot in like books written by female authors, especially like love romance books, is putting all this emphasis on the clothing, you know, describing all the dresses and whatnot. And it sort of works in this book because the main character is really interested in fashion and like sews her own, like, no, what sews, yeah, makes her own clothing and blah blah blah, but I don't know, I guess I'm not really that into it. Like, don't get me wrong, no, I wouldn't say I love fashion. That actually I don't, or like I'm not really interested in fashion. But I do have like a style, and I do know what I like, if that makes sense. And I really appreciate it when someone is dressed, not even like nicely, but dressed in daringly, I guess it's the word. I love it when someone can wear something daring and wear it up. My opinion is sort of that everything can everything works when it comes to clothing, as long as you convince yourself that it works. So I'm always impressed by someone wearing something that I could never wear, and I try to challenge myself to dare sometimes. So I mean, yeah, but that's throwing me off a bit, at least. And also, she's the main character. She's really... I'm interested to see how she changes throughout the books, or if she changes throughout the books. Book. I think it's only one. I hope it's only one. I didn't really go into this thinking it's a series. But so that will be interesting to see. Because right now she's really shallow. Well, not shallow. She's really ambitious and wants to marry the king and kill him to become the queen. So she's morally grey and has a really bad attitude towards servants, for example. Also, and I'm interested to see what the author does with that. Not that everyone needs to be nice. God knows I love characters in Joe Abercrombie's books. There's nowhere nice there, but yeah, I don't know. I'm a bit on the fence on it about it right now, at least. We'll see how it works out later. Might grow on me. Might be that I give up. Let's see. Let's put a bit more color there. Okay. I think that's it for our Inktense base. I'm going to go in with some light brown marker. Not in that color though. But in this color instead. I'm going to use this for the leather. And then I'm going to go over everything with, what's it called? Polychromos. And yes, I'm going a bit over the lines here. It's fine. Let's do the beaks in this color, and I'm already at it. Like that. A bit here in the feet. Something like that. Okay, now I'm just going to scribble it in some places where I want it. This is a good way to like tie things together, in my opinion. And when you add a new color, you can then spread it out over the page. I don't know. Maybe it's just that I feel like doing it. Say something a bit more here. Something like that. Alright, and that's a base. Yep. Then let's see. Taking out my polychromos. Alright, so I went with terracotta, and I'm just going to go into some of the areas in the background. Not everything, because it's fine. And I kind of like the more multi-effect of not going over everything. I see I will need a darker color for some of the areas, like here for example. So I'm going to base that with this to marry it into it better later when I go with the darker color. Something like that. Go. Something like that. Not being too particular. Let's see if we can find one new one's darker. Maybe this one. Sanguine. Okay, let's see. We have here. I went over the lines there. So I see I will need a bit darker there. Here I also need a bit darker. So I'm just pressing it down right now, and then I will smooth it out later. Here I also have a bit over the lines. Now I'm just looking at where more I would want to have some darker color. Probably here. Alright, so now let's smooth this out. Or not smooth, feather it out, I guess. A bit more here, maybe. go. Let's clean up this little ear. There we go. Alright. Now let's put in some of that blue I was talking about. I'm going to take out my indigo and what's this? Ooh. What is that? How do you pronounce that? Indanthrene blue. Yeah? Indanthrene blue. Heard of that. Okay, just going to try this a bit lightly to see if it's... Yeah, it's probably the right one. I'm not an expert at clothing at all. But like... if you have, usually like when something is hanging, it's like this sort of. And then this part is the darkest one at least, and like these parts that are in front are not. So like here you have a part like that that's in front, and here you have another one that's in front. Here you have something that seems to be in the back. So I'm thinking things like that, but definitely not an expert. But you see here, this part here seems to be in the back behind these two. Okay, going in with the indigo in the really corners. This is just to add a bit more contrast. What do I have behind here? Okay, that's fine. I want to have like a page in between here, maybe. I don't usually bother with that, but I don't know, I just felt I was pressing really hard. Alright, now looking at the picture as it is now, I think I see that I need more blue in the stuff and things. So I'm going to go in with the dark indigo in the shades of these branches. Should probably do that with polychromos or with the... Yeah, I'm going to do that with the Inktense instead, actually. Let's see. The reason for that is that I can't be bothered to smooth that out later on. So when I go in with, so instead I want to be a bit more messy with it. So let's go with I think deep indigo will be too dark. Maybe iron blue. Yeah, that's probably alright. Okay, let's not put too much of this. Just a bit. I think that already helps the blue blend in, right? You can see that, or is it just me? Might just be me, but I think it works. Okay, I need to flip this around in a moment. Dragging a bit of it into the leaves, or whatever these are, but just like the remnants of the blue. That was all right. Okay, now let's go in and fix these yellow gold things. I'm thinking something like this. Would be nice if I had left a bit more highlights in it, but I haven't. Let's see if we can reintroduce some highlights. Probably won't be able to, but maybe. Can always go in with white gel pen over the top later. Do I want? Yeah, I probably want to use this off. Here we go. I'm going to play with these. So just putting the white here in some random places, just so that it forces me to keep some things as light as possible. And I think it will give it more of a molten effect, even if it's really subtle. Yeah, I think that muted it down a bit. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, let's go in with the darker brown. Now I'm going to... I don't really know where I want this, but something like that. Not being too planned out, as you can see. I mean, yeah, I mean, that's just the way I color, isn't it? A bit chaotic, especially like these what's it called? Yeah, these pieces of armor seem a bit beaten up, so just adding to that by being less careful. And I think this blue is doing a nice thing as well. Okay, let's see, I think something like that. One day I will look up a tutorial for how to do gold, but I'm doing it this way. Okay, let's see. Maybe some red in there, right? Just to make it a bit... No, that's not red enough. Just to make it speak to the background a bit. And maybe show a bit of rust. I know gold doesn't rust, but it doesn't, right? No, I don't think it does. And maybe this is not gold. It's gold-like metal. Okay. Like so often, I sort of wish I could like tell you what I'm doing, but I'm just experimenting until stuff looks like I want them to. Oh no, I'm running out of battery. Okay, that's fine. I'm going to finish this one in the same way. We'll see if the battery runs out in the middle. Then I'll put it to charging and take a nap. And then we'll see if I return to this. Now the white that I used on top before, the first thing I did, that's of course like playing with my, or like it's making it more difficult for me to like keep my, it's, let's see how to put this. It's like it's disturbing my coloring, right? Because there's already a layer of color down that I need to like color around or with or whatever, and it's probably not for everyone. Like some might really hate having to do that, but for me it works. It like I said, it like forces me to work around the highlights, or like to keep the highlights in. Of course you can always go in with an eraser, but I find it helps me. But like I'm also the person that likes destroying pictures and then fixing them. Like when I come to a picture that I really like and I'm intimidated by, I might start by like deliberately coloring it badly, so that I get rid of my expectations about making it perfect. And that's just something that works for me. Let's see, something like that. There we go. Alright, I'm back. I'm recharged, the camera is recharged, everything is back on track. Not that it was ever off track, but okay. I actually like how this is turning out. And look at that! I got some sort of damage on it. I don't even know when. I'm willing to... what's it called? Like, I want to blame Sergey, my cat, but then again, he's mostly been sleeping today, so maybe that's not fair to him. I don't know. Either way, it's whatever, it's fine. It's it is what it is. Moving on with this piece then. Let's see, it's mostly done, right? I just want to shade in the green stuff, shade in the birds a bit more, the branches and the leaves, and then it's done. Kind of like it, like especially when both the pages are like this. I like that the blue sort of ties it together. I don't know if that was my subconscious or if I don't know, it just happened. But yeah. Let's see then. Let's go in shading the green. I want the indigo again. And then I want some greens. Let's see here. I'll take this one and this one. So this is the olive green yellowish and the chromium green opaque. And I need to sharpen. There we go. Right, just going in with the, whoa, sorry for shaking the camera. I've got like a, I took a shower and I've got like a towel turban. Is it called that? I don't know, maybe that's totally the wrong expression. But like, you know, when you tie up your hair in a towel to let it dry. And it's hitting the camera. Ridiculous. But okay. Let's see, something like that. Another thing where to put shadows in, at least the Mouseguard, it's basically where the dots are. There's some shading already implied, so you can always follow that. Right, a bit more with this screen. I just rewatched The Matrix, the first one, which is the only one that exists. But yeah, it's so good. It's so good. Like the whole story structure and the score. There's a wonderful video by Sideways on YouTube about the score. If you're a nerd like me, it's a really cool video. Oh, look at that! I missed the armor of this little bird here. This is so small that I don't even really plan too much, but like something like that. And then let's go in with a bit of the darker. Something like that. Maybe a bit of the blue right there and here. Okay. Then we have this little helmet here. I totally forgot that. Is it a helmet or a hood? Like what's... I don't know. I did it into a hood now. But this looks more like a helmet. But okay, whatever. He's also got a feather probably, right? I think this is a feather. Okay. Let's see. Let's do the birds. I need some brown. Like a rather neutral brown, like something like this maybe. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going where I put in the marker before, and I'm sort of hiding it, so it doesn't look so sudden. Like hiding it maybe is the wrong, but like, you know, blending it in maybe. Seagulls are going crazy outside. I don't even live that close to the sea, but they like making noise anyway. Don't want too much of this, but I also don't want it to be let's go with something like that. I usually, or like, I have a bit of a pet peeve when it comes to, I don't know where I got it from, like I probably got influenced by someone, but chosen one, the trope of the chosen one, I think it was like maybe a TED talk that talked about the chosen one trope. It's a bit of a, I don't remember exactly what the, but okay, like this, there's a bit of an issue with promoting or like having the chosen one trope being that big as it is, like, you know, both in Harry Potter and Star Wars and The Matrix and a lot of other media also have, or like especially fantasy has a lot of the chosen one trope, and you know, and then the returning king is a bit of a similar trope, that basically that stuff is predetermined, and if you're not a chosen one, then you should just shut up and do your thing. I know that's not really what all those media are telling you, but they're more or less saying that the only reason that these people can become heroes is because they were predetermined to be heroes, and that sort of takes away I mean, a theory is that takes away agency from like normal people in real life, that you're sort of waiting for someone to tell you that you're the chosen one before you dare do anything. And that can be like a subconscious thing, of course, and it's not as if everyone lives by that and blah blah blah, but I sort of I think it's more interesting with stories where the protagonist has to, I mean, yeah, where it's not the chosen one, where it's not the trope of the chosen one, and it's just the protagonist wants to change something and decides to do it, and that's kind of it. Something like that. Meh. Okay, do we want the mice? Probably just a bit of shading on the mice, right? Not too much. That's so cute. Okay, and let's go in with something a bit darker in the mice. Trying to see if I have anything out here that would do. Let's go with the dark indigo again. And just really not too much. I'll probably try working again tomorrow. Give it a few hours, see how it goes. And then maybe stop early if I don't feel well enough. Just erasing some of the pencil strokes really lightly, just lightening them up sort of. There we go. I feel like this bird up here needs a bit more of something. I don't even know what's wrong with it, but I'll try darkening it up. It's kind of on a weird angle or something, right? Let's see. Meh, something like that. All right. Then let's go in with shading on the leather things. I'm going to go in with gel pen on the golden things. So I'm not bothering too closely with those. Alright. Then let's see, I don't want too much emphasis on these little leaves here, but I will give them some little shading. I think the branches probably need a bit more shading as well, right? Or what do you think? Maybe not. Probably a bit. Let's just try giving them once over like this. Sure, why not? Okay, I'm gonna go with the black in the eye. Oh no, give some eyelashes, that's fine. either eyelashes or a scar, nobody knows. It's fine. Let's see, something like that. Leaning back, looking at what's, if anything is disturbing me. Oh, kind of alright. Okay, let's see. I think I want this here to have a bit of a gradient. Alright. And now I think it's time for the gel pen. And then we're done. Yep. Okay, so going in with this Zebra Doodlers glitter gel pen. I found them at my local hobby store. I kind of like them. There we go. Alright, and then the buckle. I do love me some glitter every now and then. Even though I stand by the fact that on my best pictures I often feel like glitter isn't needed. But yeah, this is really not a masterpiece, it's more for fun. Something like that. And we're going to go in with some white in some of the sword or like spear bits, I think. Or should I instead do the whole spear in gold? What do you think? Such decisions. Let's try that first. Meh, that works. Okay, do I want some yellow in these weird leaves or not? Let's try. Yeah, I think that's a good idea, right? I think so. Just a little bit, not doing everything, just sort of scribbling with a pencil. There we go. And we're done, I think. No, we're not. I need some cleanup here. This part of the feather has gotten color on it. And this feather is supposed to be white. And this little birdie. There we go. Now it's done. Alright. That's it for this video, I guess. See you in the next one.